Welcome back to DM Prep. My name is Ian, and I will be your DM for today. Today we are prepping episode 18 of the Gilded Troll Plays Odyssey of the Dragon Lords. And no, you're not going crazy. I didn't do a DM prep for episode 17 because my players were still on Fire Island and they didn't get nearly as far as I thought they would. So I didn't need to prep. But today I need to prep. So let's close this turn order thing. So when last we left off, the heroes made their way to the Island of the Golden Heart, which doesn't have a map. There's no map. I don't have anything to show you. But we have this. Hey, Andy, I see you dropped 3 Chi Inspirations. So let's toss them in. Switch to the Odyssey. Switch to Odyssey for the D&D Beyond plugin. Yes. It's not going to help me be prepared because I need to switch it for our one-shot tomorrow. But I will switch it just so that we can see it on this stream if you so choose. Yeah, one-shot's tomorrow. So Odyssey the Dragon Lord. Oh my god, I have so much stuff. Thank you, Andy. I have 10 Chi Inspirations. And I give Andy shit for not spending his. I have way more. Holy shit. I need to start. Of course, the players do too. I think we need more combat in Odyssey. Do we need more combat? We need more combat. Let's see. You just prepped that off stream? Neat. So, we're on the Island of the Golden Heart. My players just learned of a bunch more islands. So we've got this islands known. We added 3 more. Here, let me make it bigger so it's actually visible on stream. There we go. That's probably readable. So they just learned about the Island of Yonder, the Island of the Fates, and the Island of the Dragon. So they know where those are and how to get to them. And my players have all said that they want to go to the Island of the Fates. But I am going to just double check because I don't trust them. To the Island of Yonder next, right? So yeah, I just want to double check with them so that I don't prep the wrong fucking island and then they go, actually we want to go to the Island of the Fates, can we do that instead? But they are still on the Golden Heart. They found the Heart Tree, which is essentially Thylea. They commune with Thylea. Also, this said she'll answer a single question, but I was like, you know what? You can learn about 3 islands. I will tell you about 3 of my islands, and I literally just sort of ad-libbed that. I don't know why I came up with that. I could have sworn there was something about asking 3 questions. I think that might actually be the Island of the Fates. You can make a deal with them. Bargaining. Yes. That's what I was thinking of. But they describe it with detail. They describe it in detail, so it's a little bit more than just whatever. It's fine. So the hags in Thylea are different because the hags can tell you about like what's on the islands, whereas Thylea is just saying like, yeah, these islands are part of my body. This is how to find them. Thylea doesn't really know what's on her islands, just where her islands are. So the one thing is I'm going to give. I'm going to have my players' crew, because I keep describing to my players how they don't need to track food and water because their crew is capable of restocking every time they land. Mostly it's because I don't want to fucking keep track of it. I don't want to slow down the game, requiring that they keep track of it. I do, I do want to occasionally make that important. So in this circumstance, they will have picked several barrels of apples, all but 1 barrel containing 20 apples. I don't know how you only fit 20 apples in a barrel, but okay. Will ferment into cider. It is delicious. It is alcoholic. There's a shitload of it. I'm guessing they're going to have like 10 barrels worth of apples, and then they're going to go, okay, that's plenty. Those are some really big apples. Yeah, I'm imagining like fucking like beach ball sized apples for only 20 to fit in a barrel. Like that's insane. Which kind of tells me that it takes like a minute to eat it, but they're also eternal apples. So my players might realize, ooh, we can use those to make golden apples, maybe. I am going to 3 heroes to perform a full day of work on the island. I mean, so if the players are on the island for a while, and I think they just spent 5 hours tracking the golden ram to get to the or a small barrel. I mean, it could be a small barrel. I am vaguely familiar with the different sizes of barrel, including a butt and a hogshead. I know they exist. I don't know how big they are, but I do know that there are smaller barrels. But I also kind of want... So if my players actually spend the night on the island, I will have them gain some blessed olive oil through the work of their crew and not actually just themselves. Blessed olive oil is crap, just FYI. Anyone using the oil must remove their armor and spend 1 minute bathing, and the oil is consumed, and then they receive a bless spell, which lasts 1 minute. So you have to spend a minute bathing to get a minute of bless. It's kind of hilariously terrible. Because, like, the timing is impossible. Like, there's no way you can spend a minute immediately before a fight where the bless would actually matter. And Helios can already bless the entire party non-concentration anytime he kills something. So, doesn't really matter. So, basically, the question, it's kind of shit unless they're wrestling and want an edge on it. I mean, right? Let me don or doff my heavy armor and totally waste the bless during that time. Exactly, yeah. Like, let me bless myself and then spend 10 of the 1 minutes I have putting my armor back on. Anyway, so the Pegasus. So we do have these 3 encounters. I don't really know if I care about the Pegasus. Actually, I kind of care about the Pegasus. So the reason I care about the Pegasus is I think, if I recall correctly, Mythoforge item, there it is. If I recall correctly, one of the items that they can craft, and let me zoom in on this so you guys can see it. Let's do 200%. One of the items that they can craft is a Pegasus bridle. And then my players don't have access to these columns. They just have access to this stuff. So they can make a Pegasus bridle. They need precious gemstones and a bunch of money, but that would allow them to ride a Pegasus. I think that's the only thing they have. Yeah, that's the only thing that cares about a Pegasus. But they do also, they have been, they have been instructed to shear the sheep, which will essentially allow them to make boots of levitation or winged boots, one or the other, of their choice. I think winged boots are better, personally. And then there's also the golden lion. Let's see. Monsters. Mythic beasts. Golden lion. Is an enormous solitary hunter that does not have a pride like its mundane kin, except that it's totally described as... because of its legendary resilience, a golden lion's pelt is highly prized as a material for forging powerful magic items. But my players were told to sacrifice the golden lion, capture it and sacrifice it, because sacrificing mythic beasts is really powerful and whatnot. So they were told by Thylea to capture it and take it with them, with her permission. So at some point, they are going to be hunted by a pride of lions, 8 female lions and 1 golden lion. Let's look at what a lion stat block looks like. I'm guessing it's pretty meh. They are CR1, okay, 26 hit points. They've got a pounce attack, DC 13 strength versus prone. Look at the name of that other land. The Island of the Chimera. Okay. So they do a pounce with a claw, and then if they hit and they knock you prone, then they can bite. Otherwise, they're just biting. That's their shtick. And he used to pronounce chimera strangely. Oh, was it chimera? Gotcha. Oof. That's a big oof. Femur of an androsphinx. So I mean, they would have to go to the Island of Time for that because it's an androsphinx. I have made no attempt to explain how they're going to bottle lightning, but you know they can try and figure it out if they want. I got one reply as to where they're going. I assume as much, either there, being Yonder, or Scorpion Island, but there seemed to be more pressing stuff happening at Yonder. Okay. 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 So yeah, there's the golden apple that they can craft the eternal apples. There's the blessed olive oil, which is worthless. There's the winged boots and boots levitation they can make from the fleece. Better than your mispronunciation of the word brazier. So I was like 8 or 9 years old in homeschool, and we were assigned some reading, and in that reading was, I don't even remember what it was. It was like some blacksmith story or something. I don't know. And he put his he put the coals in the brazier. I don't know. Mom, what's that? She's like, it's a bra. I'm like, what the this word? Brazier. Got it. Cool. So that was a fun conversation. Because I'd never heard the word brazier, but apparently I'd heard the word brazier. And I mean, that word looks like brazier, right? You were 40 when you did the oof. That's a big fucking oof. Okay. So yeah, I'm always kind of on the lookout for items that they can craft, because currently, so they, you know, their adamantine half plate and bracers defense are actually like ready to craft, or ready to pick up. So Vulcan doesn't really have anything to craft at the moment, so they kind of want to get stuff to him so that he can craft it. So there are a few things that they have, or they will have when they're leaving this island, that they could take back to the mainland and get to Vulcan and, you know, pick up the other stuff while they're there, because they do have the adamantine half plate and the bracers of defense ready to pick up also. But they can only go back so many times. So they will be hunted by the lions. Yeah. They will wait to pounce until the heroes are in a vulnerable position. They might attack just before the party gets back to the Ultros. That doesn't seem like a vulnerable position. The Ultros was able to actually beach itself. And it's got ballistae on it. So if they're within ballista range, that's not going to be great. So I kind of want a random jungle map. I think I actually have one. I think I have a random jungle map. Shit. Where is it? Fuck. Shit. Is it here? No. What is this? Let's get rid of that. Odyssey. Oh man. What are you? Okay. These are just maps out of the book that I got with the digital version of the thing. Player maps. So this is the map that I should have used, and it wouldn't have had the number 1 over here. Yeah, not the other one. River crossing, no. Snowy Pass already used. Could have sworn I had one. Oh, here it is. Does that look cool? Does that look like something we should use on stream? Oh god. Changes. Okay, well that needs some editing. Okay, so let's open Caden. Let's edit this fucker down. Be that large. We can close you. Ooh, snowy. That's neat. Throw you in here. Throw you in here. Oops. And let's make a tiny loop. Play. So the question is, which one do I want? It's cool, but not quite a jungle. So this one wasn't a jungle. The Fire Island was a jungle. The Island of the Heart is just sort of deciduous. So that's not a problem that it's not quite a jungle. Okay, so it's fully, here, let's, okay, so that's fully night. So let's trim that to there. And then I just need to find when night ends. Okay. It's like a 4-second loop. And I don't know if it loops well. I don't think it needs to loop well, though. Copy, paste. Easiest way to see if it loops well, make another one. Loops terribly. I might have said jungle, but I use the words interchangeably because I'm dumb. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cover chat for a second. No, this isn't going to work. So one thing, yeah, that's not going to work. So I kind of want to find a better loop, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. That's not terrible. It's also kind of hilariously small. So let's just, like, it's 3 seconds long. So let's do a web'em, forest. More options. Don't rescale it. All right. Render to file. And this should take like 4 seconds to render. The shit part's going to be when I go to upload it because the stream's going to tank. Okay. Do not save. So I need to make a new page. And I'm going to put it... It'd be really neat if you didn't suck. How do I rename a fucking page? Oh, Jesus, that's the create new page. God damn it. God damn it. Fuck you, Roll20. Fucking mashing click on create new page. There we go, untitled. Island of the Golden Heart. Awesome. Let's just put Golden Heart. Let's upload this fucking map. Yeah, I can click on it. I'm just dumb and didn't. Where is forest.web? 3 megs. All right, stream's gonna tank for about 3 minutes, I'm guessing. So, sorry. But I do want to look at what the resolution on that video is so I can make the thing correctly. Yeah. 1080p, cool. Edit. 1920 by 1080. Okay. I need to turn off dynamic lighting because that's on. No, it's not. Fog of War is on. Don't want that. And eventually it'll upload. Hopefully it's actually uploading. Somewhere above you, you hear the beating of wings and a horse whinny. Glancing upwards, you see a bright white stallion gliding on the air currents in and out of the clouds. Gracefully alights on a rocky outcropping, watching you warily. You've heard rumors of beasts described like this. Pegasi. Yeah. Yeah. I kind of just want to have it fly around and not actually land near them, because I don't really want them interacting with the Pegasus yet. Like, Maybe they go, ooh, there's a Pegasus. We could make a bridle, and then we can come back and tame it. But I don't think they're going to want to do that. But what the hell do I know? Circle around in the sky? Yeah, probably. And it'll probably be while they're being hunted by lions. But if this map ever uploads, then I'll set up that potential combat. And let me guess, SRD token, so lion has garbage, right? No, I didn't do search. Lion. What if Luke does as Luke does and shoots it down? I'm just going to have it high enough that it can't. That he can't. Yep, lion is just a crap token. So we're going to go to 5e tools and steal their lion token. So this was one of the fairly scathing reviews, or one of the things that people reviewed poorly about the module is like, oh, it's a fucking token with the name of the thing on it, and that sucks. And yeah, you're totally right, it does suck. But they can't put art they don't own in the module, and they don't own the SRD art, so eventually this will fucking... And the lion finished uploading. Beep. It's in the map layer. And then I do have the... Are you fucking kidding me? You don't even have art for the golden lion? You suck. God. Yeah, the tokens should not have... It's like a fleece mane lion. Maybe he's got cool art. Not really. Aren't the lions with the golden lion? No, so the lion, so the 8 lions are female. The golden lion is male. So I'm going to use this for the golden lion because he got a mane. And I'm just going to Google lioness token. Oh God. God, I hate everything. Do I have to do everything myself? Apparently. Fantasy art. Sure. Stealing your image. Thanks. GNU. GNU Gimp. Insert scar meme. Yeah. That was my dad's ringtone for the longest damn time. Just every time his fucking phone goes off, I'm surrounded by idiots. It was actually pretty awesome. Tokens. Token border. Cool. Token border. Scale layer. Images 600 by... Okay, we're going to do 600 square. That'll work. Image, fit canvas 2 layers. Let's delete a bunch of shit. Deleted. Are you fucking kidding me? 2 new layer. Deleted. Delete. Image. Crop to content. Nope. Crop to content. Export as lioness.pung. Discard. So that's how you make a token. Just gotta find a cool border. This file, oh right. I can't wait for this map because not only do I need to upload it, I have to wait for them to process it. So, great. Adorked. Okay, so let's prep other stuff while that's happening. I guess I'll just do that if that ever finishes, and if not, cool, whatever. See, I got the lioness token up. So we've got lioness. I think lion is... So I think lion is large, and I think the golden lion is huge. Yeah. So he huge, she larg. Yeah, okay. All right. So, I could take this token and, like, make it bigger, but I'm not gonna bother doing that. So this is uploading a map. I uploaded a webm, so they have to redo the whole thing. So now to do the thing that I actually came here to prep, which is the Island of fucking Yonder. So I've read through the Island of Yonder. We're gonna switch scenes. Hopefully it doesn't fuck with anything in Roll20. But we are gonna go to Yonder. I don't think this is really gonna help me. No, this map is completely worthless. I will, however, while I'm here, fix the fucking lighting. Because they decided dynamic lighting. Okay, turn that off. Alright, and then, there you go, Forbidden Library. So this is the Library of Yonder, which is honestly the vast majority of Yonder. And it's thinking. It's thinking. So the Island of Yonder is really, it honestly reads like a dungeon crawl. So we're gonna, it's Forbidden Library. Does this have dynamic lighting lines, is my question. It do has dynamic lighting lines. Now I have the unenviable, oh my god, they put dynamic lighting on every one of these fucking pillars. So that's just silliness. We're gonna delete all of those. Oh my god. You put way too much effort into this. Way too much effort. You didn't put any up here? The fuck? These pillars I kind of get, sort of. Yeah, so many extraneous vectors, so much more shit for it to calculate and choke on. Like, why is that, why is that separate? It's so weird what they decided, how they decided separate. Maybe now they can be stuck in a dungeon crawl for 3 to 4 sessions. So I'm kind of hoping to avoid that. Oh my god, look at all these pillars. Look at all these friggin' pillars. I'm deleting all these pillars. Like, not necessary. Not even a little bit. Oh god, there's so many oh god, there's so many pillars. Jesus. So many freaking pillars. Not necessary. Not at all. Yeah, now that there's fewer pillars, we might actually be able to use dynamic lighting. Maybe. Not to mention, well, actually, most of this shit's outdoors. So, global illumination, I guess. New title for the DM prep episode. Odyssey prep. So many pillars. Yeah, basically. Fucking basically. So I am going to turn on Explorer mode and Daylight mode. Cool. Alright. So now as they move around, anything that their character can actually see, then they'll be able to see it. So, you know, when they're over here, they won't be able to see up here, but as long as it's within line of sight. It's just line of sight, exactly. And since it's Explorer mode, they can see places where they've been. LOS is line of sight. I'm not actually using light at all, essentially. Like, I know that there are indoor places, but given that my players are probably just going to leave doors open, like, light will stream in, as long as it's not nighttime. And even if it is nighttime, the moonlight's enough. Screw it. I'm not super interested in having this whole, like, lighting kind of thing. So the question is, how do I want to run this thing? And I think it really comes down to, how do I expect my players to approach it? Are they going to try to sneak onto the island? Are they going to try to diplomacy onto the island? Like, how are they going to approach this friggin' island? Like, looking at the map, they can approach the island from a number of directions. And, I mean, if they come up this way, like, that looks like a really easy way to just, like, there's no garrison back there. There's, like, a dotted line for a map. Like, they could easily just sneak in. Especially since Scorpius has Pass Without Trace, essentially whenever the hell he wants. So, you know, it's written so that, like, as soon as they make landfall, you know, a Gorgon fucking shows up and just attacks them. You know, a Gorgon, some captains, a guy and 6 soldiers, just attacks them. And I don't know, that doesn't strike me as particularly fun. So something you should know about me is I'm getting increasingly bored of 5e combat. The problem is monster design, and I talked about this earlier this month on Instagram. But 5e monster design sucks. I'm gonna mute real quick while I lower my desk. Don't get me wrong, players can do really cool shit. And occasionally, when a monster is built sort of like a player, they can do really cool shit. The problem is that most fucking monster stat blocks are, here's some hit points, here's some AC, and here's an attack and damage roll. So, I didn't mean bandit captain, but... So, here's a soldier. He's got 18 AC, 16 hit points, something that doesn't really matter 99% of the time, and he's got multi-attack. Here's a scout. It's got AC, it's got hit points, it's got a thing that doesn't really matter most of the time, and it's got melee and ranged attacks. Here's a bandit captain. He's got AC, he's got way too much hit points, and he's got a thing that kind of sort of matters a little bit sometimes, and here's some melee attacks. Like, it's not fun. So I'm getting bored of it. So whatever I can do to make this not kill some dudes and then kill more dudes and then kill more dudes and then kill more dudes, that would be I would thoroughly enjoy that. I'm really enjoying Rime of the Frost Maiden because we're handling things in ways that aren't just murder it. They put dynamic lighting on the fucking fountain. They put dynamic lighting on the fountain. Okay. Yeah, except for that one guy we murdered. Yeah, I mean, the saber cats with magic reflection shields. That actually made things interesting. And not only that, combat is about more than there are bad guys in your way, kill them. My players have been talking to me like they're very afraid of the Order of Sidon. They fully expect to get here. I wish I could just, like, drag this, like, off the fucking screen. I would close it, but I don't know if that's going to cancel the upload. My players have been talking like they're afraid of the Order of Sidon, which kind of makes sense. They know that they have dragons, at least one. Because, you know, the dragon lords that they met on their brass dragons weren't... They weren't part of the Order of Sidon, but they also know that Gaius has his own silver dragon. He's got his dragon Arjun. If the library hasn't been alerted, sounds like we need an action-oriented boss. It does sound like we need an action-oriented boss. But the problem is making this place interesting without it being lower HP, increased damage, add bloodied abilities, and bad guys run away. So the problem is, if bad guys run away here, they're just going to retreat to a more fortified position, and then the players just have to deal with them again later, which, I mean, that makes sense. Like, that's a thing that soldiers do. That's a thing that is appropriate here, but that doesn't really fix the problem of combat is boring as shit. So what is going on at this library is the question. Gaius is here for some reason, doing something. Condris is here making deals with devils and shit on behalf of Lutheria, trying to get back into her good graces. There's a whole lot of security, I guess. It's a significant garrison. And there's some researchers, like, in the library. I think that's Y16. Let's take a look. Yeah, laboratory. There are 2 acolytes in deep meditation, and there's 2 acolytes mixing alchemical concoctions. So, like, this is the crux of the... This is really the crux of the place, is, like, the actual library. So is any of this actual garrison important or interesting? And I think probably not. So I think what's... So the thing is, I don't want to cut out combat. I just want to make combat interesting. Acolytes in deep meditation, aka napping. Yes. I'm a little frustrated, just because now I'm looking at I'm looking at the stat blocks of the people who are here, and I'm just like, wow, they have hit points. Wow. Legendary action, command troops to move around without opportunity attacks. Is there a way to introduce movement somehow? Shadows looks for pillars. Bro, I just deleted all my pillars. Here, you can here. Here's the whole map. You can look around. You can see if you can find any pillars. I'm sweating. So, like, I'm just looking at the people who are here, and there's just an absolutely ridiculous number of soldiers, some harpies in a cage, a mage, Gaius in his quarters, apparently. So if the place is alerted at all, Gaius whistles for his dragon, who shows up. "10 minutes. We have Alarm Geigans. The Headless Geigen statue is a stone golem. Even though it has 6 arms, it still only gets 2 slam attacks. Neat. Has movement of 0. The cage contains a pair of harpies who use luring song. Ooh, that's neat. 10 minutes are absolute ages. Yeah, like the players could move in and ransack and destroy the entire place in 10 minutes. What do Gorgons do? I know they have like poison breath or something. Petrifying breath, sick. And then they have melee attacks that do damage. Reduce the numbers, maybe some had a task to take care of elsewhere. Combat is shorter, there's an opportunity for RP if they return to their lair being defeated. Yeah. It's like... It's just frustrating, you know? Like, I feel like I don't know the area well enough to know how to fuck with it. Like, in the Amber Temple, I know what's fun and what's boring, so, like, I can cut combats or add combats as needed. But here, like, I don't know this place well enough to cut the uninteresting combats and then add interesting combats in other places. So, let's do this top down. Seems like Skyreach, just so much shit in there. Yeah, kinda. Yeah, like it's this huge garrison, and it kind of beggars belief. It stretches the limits of willful suspension of disbelief to say that like they wouldn't get absolutely fucking swarmed as soon as they raise an alarm. So I kind of want to just say that they'll get absolutely swarmed if they raise an alarm. The thing is, there's literally only one way into the actual library proper, and it's up these fucking stairs. but they got a pair of Geigans standing there. And no amount of magic is going to keep you from being noticed if you're in line of sight. Even if they are fucking Cyclopses. And what are these dudes? Acolytes. Who have 9 friggin' hit points. So really their only chance, basically, is to kill everyone that they find during the surprise round before they get a chance to scream. Which, I mean, I guess that's technically possible, but it's a little difficult. Let the acolytes nap or beg to be let go. I mean, yeah, but I think, I don't know, it's just really... The other thing is, here's the dumb part. There's this whole thing, confronting Chondrus. Unless he's alerted, he can always be found here communicating with the Arcanoloth. There needs to be a cool way for them not to raise the alarm. Yeah, like, it has to be possible, and it has to be more than roll stealth. Okay, you didn't roll stealth. Who are the inhabitants here again? What are they doing here? So this is the Order of Sidon. It's their headquarters. Chondrus is an emissary from Lutheria. But Lutheria hates him, so he's trying to get back into her good graces. He's a high priest of Lutheria. Gaius has commanded his people to follow Chondrus's orders. I don't understand what Chondrus is doing here. But this is mostly like a research library for Sidon. To what end? Don't know. Headquarters of the Order's Supreme Commander, location of the Order's most important project. Sidon is obsessed with arcane lore, and the Order are gathering such knowledge from as many unique sources as possible. They've been using 3 main methods: gathering scrolls and tomes, capturing shipwrecked sailors, and using all sorts of magic to learn forbidden secrets. And then, in the laboratory, I guess they're brewing a bunch of potions or something. Because there's a lot of potions. Potion of clairvoyance, mind reading, spirit healing, longevity, and heroism. I'm going to slap a potion of aging in there, because by the time my players get here, their egg will have hatched. We're just going to real quick ban this guy. Don't want no bots. So many bots to ban. I don't want to be famous, actually. Famous people aren't allowed to have strong opinions, and I have a lot of really strong opinions. Yeah, Jordan, you look away for 2 seconds. God. But yeah, so they're essentially like... They're essentially just doing a buttload of research here. But then there's just a shitload of security. There's just a shitload of guards. And the question is, like, how are they feeding these people? What are their supply lines like? Do they have, like, detachments go out and hunt or forage? Do they have a farm? Like, do they have, like, is this, like, their garden? Like, there's a lot of questions that need to be answered. Oh, I thought all those dudes were on the GM layer, but I was just on the dynamic lighting layer. They use plant growth. I mean, plant growth requires plants to growth. Yeah, there's 7 beds here, but there's 9 acolytes. Could be. Could be. It could work. I almost want to mix a trade and hunting if there's game on the island. As far as trade goes, I don't know that ships leave this island frequently. Although, if they're scouring the world for like scrolls and shit, I guess they would have to, right? Yeah, they're gathering scrolls and tomes from across the island. Are there other structures on the island? So we do have the map of the whole island. There's, I think, if I recall correctly, this was many ruins across the island have been mostly picked clean by the Order of Sidons. Bones of the Gigans who died 5 centuries ago. The Gigans who still live on Yonder leave these bones in the open as a reminder of the evils the Dragon Lords visited upon their people. So anyone who comes to the island aboard the Ultros, because they recognize it, will be an immediate target of the Gigans' wrath. So the Gigans hate the Ultros because they hate Estor. Yeah, it's a thing. If Gaius learns that the heroes have made landfall, he'll send a war party to confront them. Their account got deleted. That doesn't surprise me. They're making 80 million fucking accounts so they can spam people. So there's all these walkways around the island, and then like nothing. I'm gonna search. Are they in conflict with anyone? The Order of Sidon? So that's... Why doesn't Gaius confront them himself? I think Gaius... I feel like Gaius is probably a coward, real talk. Let's see. Dramatis Persona... Mortals... Gaius. Commander of the Order of Sidon, true believer, fervently wants Sidon to rule Thylea, force of over 1,000 knights in Mitros and on the islands of the Cerulean Gulf. Often travels to the Island of Yonder. Yep. First part, Gaius loves Arjun and has vowed to marry her when she's old enough to transform into a human. What the fuck? Gaius has a javelin of lightning. Why does Gaius have a javelin? There's 2 javelins of lightning in this. 3 javelins of lightning. And a +1 breastplate. And a ring of feather falling. What? Also, his AC is... Wow. His AC should be 19. A +1 breastplate is 15 plus Dex max 2, so that should be 17, and then he has a shield for 19. Wow. Why does he have so many magic items? Utterly devoted to Sidon's cause, and he brooks no insult to the Titans. He spares nothing in punishing what he considers heresy, making fatal examples of anyone who threatens the dominion of the Lord of Storms. He's dour and grim-faced, and he has absolutely no sense of humor at all. He crucifies bards just to shut them up. He never drinks. Even his own men are frightened of him. Okay. Cool beans. Why does the Lady of Coins have a +1 breastplate? She has +4 dex. I don't understand. What the fuck? So this is actually right. She has +1 breastplate and 17 AC. He's got +1 breastplate, 17 AC, but he also has a fucking shield. Oh my god, this book sucks. So role-playing doesn't really give me anything, but I'm guessing he's probably a coward and would rather spend his subordinates' lives before his own. You're messaging the writers. Yeah, they have a shit editor, real talk. There's a lot of mistakes. Yikes. Are they in conflict with anyone? I mean, technically, as the Order of Sidon, they're not really in conflict with anyone. The only people they would be in conflict with would be the 5 gods. But the 5 gods are literally bound by the Oath of Peace not to be in conflict with Sidon or his minions. Scrolling through the Odyssey Discord to see if I can find any information about how people make part of Yonder be a search and rescue mission / jailbreak. What? Oh. If half of their party gets captured. Yeah, not a whole lot of info about the Island of Yonder on the Discord or like how people ran it. You gone done it? Fuck. This kind of sucks. I don't know how to run this. I kind of want to. I kind of feel like I'm. Page settings is just stuck there. That's great. Love when tooltips just get stuck. As a web developer, I know exactly why that happens. There's an on-mouse enter event that causes the tooltip to appear, and then for one reason or another, the on-mouse leave event does not fire, usually because the element no longer exists. The more you know. I almost want to say that I will just run this sort of off the cuff. Like I'm familiar with what's here, and I'm just going to have to... As a web developer, I know how it happens. As a user, it's not my job to fix. That is absolutely fucking correct. I feel like what I'm gonna end up doing, instead of openly hostile, what if they're more nearth hostile? Like they're just assholes, but they're willing to deal with the players. I mean, so here's the thing: my players fucking hate Gaius. He's actually tried to kill them 3 times already. I don't know if they'll ever want to actually talk to him. They just want to get in, steal the gear, and leave. They want to get in, get the gear, get the armor, and leave. Speaking of which, where the fuck is that armor? I don't know where that armor is. Gaius is legit a dick, but maybe there's other people who can be more amenable. I mean, yeah, Condrus. All he has, the only thing they know about Condrus is that if the Dragon Slayer's in the party, Condrus carries the hero's greater artifact. The missing gear. Wait, what about the vanished one? What was the vanished one's armor? Does the Dragon Slayer even know? Does Lars even know that? The Fates reveal they should seek out the wisdom of the Sun God. Dragon Slayer's greater magic item can be found in the possession of Condrus. Oh, the Island of Yonder supposedly forged such weapons in the First War. So I guess they kind of know that, assuming I was smart enough to tell her. Yikes. I don't know if I did that. But the vanished one, definitely, like his armor... Gaius, commander of the Order of Sidon, keeps the vanished one's fabled armor in his room on the Island of Yonder. So at least it tells me where it is. But I don't even think that it's actually... his room is area... I guess fucking 12. Treasure. Wow, it doesn't even say it's here. That's fantastic. It sucks. So yeah, so his armor is in the commander's quarters. The Condrus has the Dragon Slayer's mace, and the Antikythera is also in Condrus's room. Okay. Blah. So yeah, they'll probably just kill Gaius on sight. I don't know if they'll want to talk to him. But yeah, I think just be total antagonistic assholes because they have a fuck. Yeah, they know how to refit that. You literally just slap it in. It's magic. It's done. It's no big deal. The players are not going to leave without the gear. They might be convinced to leave without other stuff. Conscious realizes that nothing will win him more favor than delivering the heroes directly to Lotharia. He will offer to join the party and lead them to Hypnos, where he will plead their case before the Lady of Dreams. In truth, he will do everything possible to sabotage them in the Nether Sea and deliver them to Lotharia helpless. My players will never... my players will never agree to that. So that's kind of a useless bargain. Yeah, Tim and Amber just cast Inflict Wounds, and then he dies. Oh, he has his own stat block. Let's look at his stat block. Let's see if it's terrible and broken. Mage Armor, Dagger of Defense. +1 AC from the dagger. Okay. Can use his reaction to cast the shield spell up to 3 times per day. That's a thing that I'm going to have to homebrew. They've had nothing but good experiences with Lotharia up to this point. Absolutely. They definitely have. They definitely have not had any bad experiences with her whatsoever. For some reason, he has 12 hit dice, but only +2 proficiency. Except that the spell save DC reflects having +5 proficiency. So I think this +5 to hit is keyed off of his +0 strength. Yeah, it is, because it does 1d4 piercing damage. So they didn't include his dex at all in the dagger because they're dumb. It's a homebrew magic item that they put in the book without actually putting in the list of magic items that's in the book. Yeah, it's just... Shut up. Jesus. I'm getting very frustrated with this book right now. It's a dagger that doesn't have the finesse property. Yeah, basically. He has 54 hit points. This dude'll fall like a fucking sack of potatoes. He's arrogant. He believes he's smarter than pretty much everyone he meets. Okay. Yeah, I'm frustrated because like I know that this is just going to be a combat slog if I run it as written, but I'm having a hard time finding a way to run it better. Like there's essentially 3 ways to approach any kind of there's 3 ways to approach it. They can either approach it diplomatically, they can approach it with combat in mind, or they can stealth. I don't think stealth is really going to work unless they start casting like fucking sleep on the Geigans, but the Geigans have a lot of hit points. I mean, there's always Sleeping Draught, which they do have. Let's see, creating heroes. Nope. It's in class archetypes. There it is. Sleeping Draught. So that's 9d8, but then you get an extra 3d8 per slot level. So they could upcast that to 4th level and get 15d8, which I still don't think is enough to put one of the Geigans to sleep. Calculate. Summary. Mean of 67.5, and they have 68 hit points. So yeah, they just have to roll slightly above average if they 4th level Sleeping Draught to put them to sleep. But then it only lasts a minute, and they need to put the other one asleep too with the other one. Or they wait for him to come investigate, they pop around the corner and they murder him, but then they have acolytes. I have Luke, so diplomacy is going to be rough. Exactly, yeah. Like, on the one hand, I kind of want to just let them deal with the consequences of their actions, but on the other hand, I'm trying to make a fun game. You know, I want this to be reasonable, but I also want it to be fun. I don't want it to just kind of suck. Yeah, it's really tough. Hey, look, Kentamine. Yeah. Terrifying. Lutheria. That's Fire Island. They skipped a lot of stuff on Fire Island, like the Cyclops Cave. With Steros the Jankin. They just completely skipped that. But they feel accomplished for having snuck the egg out. So it was tough. It's neat. Anyway, I think I'm gonna have to think about this. I don't think I'm gonna come up with a good answer on stream. Oh look, the upload finished. Cool. So let's set that up. We can get one fucking success while we're here. Layer, map layer, go to the map layer. Advanced, set dimensions, 1920 by 1080, set. Weep. Bam. We got a map. Bit of a jarring, oh, you know what? I just had an idea. I could cut it down to like 2 seconds and then reverse the clip. So it just undoes itself instead of... I might do that. I might not. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's... Forbidden Library is going to be tough. I'm probably going to ask some questions in the Odyssey Discord and see if I can get anyone's advice and see if anyone else... I mean, I can just ask them, like, was it... Like, how did you run it? Was it fun? Did your players just murder everyone? Might actually watch some YouTube videos of people playing it. I don't have a lot of time to do it, though, so hopefully I can get that done. Has anyone else seen these dog shit stats? I mean, yeah, basically. But yeah, mostly I'm just upset about the fact that, like, it's like most of this is just the library's attack. Guys will come here to request advice or reinforcements. Saddam will instruct him to find his dragon and hunt down the intruders from the air once they think they're safely away in their ship. The heroes have not yet battled against Cylon's fleet. The Titan may send the fleet after them at this point. Oh yeah, there's like stuff that's supposed to happen while they're sailing around. That's important. Playing the villains. Why would they attack the library? Book a column? Shut up. After the heroes have visited 1 to 2 islands in the Cerulean Gulf. Okay, so they've visited 2 islands. So now's the time. Storm clouds suddenly gather above your ship. Lightning flashes overhead, followed by booming thunder. The thunder becomes a voice, the voice of Sidon. Heed my warning, mortals. Your quest is doomed. Your weapons will fail you, your gods will perish, and your ship will shatter upon the rocks. Your cities will drown, and your names will be forgotten. You seek to challenge the Titans, but there is no power that can stand against the Lord of Storms. And then it's a hurricane. Storm worsens with every hour. After 5 hours, a past storm will reach crescendo. Any ship in the area will be destroyed. Someone must pilot the Ultras and escape the storm by making at least 3 successful piloting checks, as described below. Whoever's piloting the ship makes a survival check to keep it righted. Athletics check. Be swept overboard. Someone's helping. Both characters make the check. There are alternative ways to avoid being sunk. Sacrifice. Must be a white ox or intelligent creature. Control weather. Conjured air. Water elemental can guide the ship out of danger. Okay. That's... okay. Oh my god. One of the Geigen heroes will blow from a horn to summon 1 to 2 of Sidon's children, young Empyreans. Oh my lord. Let's just have Yasena trivialize the whole thing. So I'm thinking that Air Elemental will give them 1 automatic success. So I'm thinking since Andy kind of piloted the idea, we're gonna do a skill challenge essentially, and I would say that the Air Elemental would be essentially an automatic success, but they still need to get 3 successes before 3 failures, because it does say after 5 hours have passed. So I would say that they essentially have 5 hours, and each attempt is an hour. It's essentially best of 5. If you get 3 successes, you win. If you get 3 failures, you fail. So I would say that the Ultros isn't destroyed, because like the entire point of the Ultros is that Sidon can't sink it. It's the entire point of the ship. I would say the Ultros isn't destroyed because that means it's the end of the fucking campaign. But it would mean that if they fail, what I would do is I would have them wash up on Yonder without a crew. I think that's reasonable. We could even actually have them wake up imprisoned. Failing forward, yeah, exactly. I kind of like the idea of if they fail this, they wake up imprisoned on Yonder, they have none of their equipment, and Gaius is planning on delivering them personally to Sidon. So where's the prison on this island? I'm actually suddenly kind of... Oh, hey, look, prison cells. I'm actually kind of suddenly excited for Yonder, because I kind of want them to fail the boat. Meaningful consequence, and it doesn't halt the narrative. Yeah, exactly. When they're sailing across the Cerulean Gulf. So I don't want to do it at the same time as the storm, so this will probably be the next time they sail. And then this is kind of neat. Wiz save versus murder the fuck out of each other. Go. But yeah, like so the one thing that sucks is that there's literally like enough room to imprison 3 people on this island and not a fuckload. So I might actually, like, if that is the case, I might retrofit these, like I might change these rooms to also be prisons. I'm imagining, I don't want to force it. But I do kind of want to, I want to make it more difficult. So I'm thinking it's actually going to be 5 successes before 3 failures, and then starts at DC 15, increases each time regardless of success. That might be overkill, but yeah, I don't want to force it, but I do want to make this a very, very difficult event. I want them to feel the wrath of Sidon, and also at their level, I feel like it's pretty reasonable. Plus, my players are sitting on a ridiculous number of take 20s, so they could probably just absolutely shit on it. Yeah, they have a fuckload of roll resources. So I don't think that's I don't think it's impossible. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to broadcast to them that the DC is going to increase. But once they get 2 failures, they're going to they're really gonna start spending them. But it's going to be a major setback because essentially they're going to wake up imprisoned. That's the big one. They won't know where the Ultros is. They won't have any other equipment, and their crew is basically going to be, well, so here's the thing. If their entire crew is like stranded, what about the gods? What about Versi? What about the rest of them? Are they just imprisoned on the ship? Just the heroes fall overboard? Could do that. Washed up on the island and were captured. Yeah. They could use some crew. They lose some. Yeah, I think losing some crew needs to happen, but I don't want to lose gods or anything like that. Kind of want to just kill Bulba. Heroes, a couple Roman if you don't want to make it seem like you targeted them specifically. I mean, Sidon is targeting them specifically, but I'm thinking, regardless of whether they succeed or fail, I would say they lose 10 crew members per failure, and they need 50 minimum to sail, and they have 100. So yeah, I kind of like that. All right, let's actually write some shit down. Once the heroes depart the Golden Heart, event, the Lord of Storms, page 21, skill challenge. 5 successes before 3 failures. Broadcast. DC 15 plus checks. DC 15 plus. Do not broadcast. I guess announce. Lose 10 crew members per failure. And try to be creative. Yeah, so I don't know how they want to approach it, but yeah, basically I'll just tell them, like, okay, you need to navigate your way out of an intelligent hurricane. How do you want to do it? And immediate answers are, well, let's make use of our knowledge of how to ship. And it's like, okay, roll intelligence water vehicles. Okay, well, how about we try and figure out that's flirting, that's terrifying, an intelligent hurricane. I mean, yeah, it's fucking terrifying. Yeah, okay. So given the lion combat and given the skill challenge, we might not even get to Yonder. So I might have some time to think about what I want to do there, but maybe not. Also, has my camera been like super choppy this entire time, or... Oh god. I hate Linux OBS. It's really bad. I don't even have an alert box. Oh, it hasn't been choppy? Cool. Because my preview is choppy as hell, and it's like super delayed. Because like I lift my hand, and now it shows up. Okay, so we've got this Sidon's the Lord of Storms event, so yeah, it's really up to the players to figure out how they want to approach it, and then whoever wants to approach it will basically. So like, I'm gonna tell them that assume that your crew does whatever you. Well, maybe not. Maybe don't assume that your crew does whatever you want. Maybe someone wants to give a rousing speech to spur their crew into better coordination. It's like, okay, well, roll persuasion. So yeah, I don't want to restrict their creativity there. So yeah, I think it's going to be the failures that are going to be really interesting to narrate. Like if they fail a check, then I basically just say, okay, well, the so here's my problem. I'm telling them, okay, well, you're gonna wake up in prison on Yonder Island if they fail. Helios casts water breathing every day. Like Steph has gone out of her way to say like Helios casts water breathing every day in the last 24 hours. So why, like if they get thrown overboard, why can't they just like no? Because swimming is exhausting. Like swimming is absolutely fucking exhausting, and there's no way that you could swim without getting exhausted. Hurricanes make for rough seas, exactly. Well, the thing is, once you're 500 feet underwater, there's no such thing as rough seas. Like once you're that far down, and if you can breathe water, you really don't have a problem going that far down. It doesn't matter how rough the seas are above you; you're just in water. But maybe they. Well, I mean, if there's 100-foot waves, then there's 100-foot depressions when the waves pull out, and diving too deep is it's a lot of pressure, so you always get battered by rocks near the shore too. Swimming is exhausting. I think just for the sake of the narrative, despite the water breathing, I'm just gonna say I would say that because of the water breathing, you wash up on shore instead of just dying. But they're not going to know they washed up on shore. I'm just going to tell them, like, you all fall unconscious. And exhaustion as they wash up. Well, they're not going to wash up on they're going to wash up on shore, but they're going to wash up on shore unconscious. And then the Order of Sidon is going to take them to the prison in the library while they're unconscious. So that could make Yonder much more interesting, and I really like prisons. And one cool thing is that because of dynamic lighting, what I can actually do is I can, and it really does not like this scene when I switch here. What I can do is I can just slap each of them in a room, and then turn on dynamic lighting. It's like, this is what you see, each of you. This is what you see. And then it would be Prison Break or Negotiations, up to them. Yeah. I've never run a Prison Break. So I guess what I need to do is I need to figure out. So I'm kind of repurposing this whole area as a prison. Problem is there's only 5 rooms and there's 6 of them. And then the question is, where do I put their equipment? Like in every Prison Break, there's always, you find the one room that has your equipment in it, and then bam, you're good. They have a lot of friggin' equipment. Holy shit. Could they fit 2 to a room? Yeah, I mean, they could fit 2 in a room. That could be cute. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can just put them down here, like move these 2 guys out of the way. I know they're like people. Like they actually have like one of them is a wizard, Enigma. Okay, he'll help the heroes confront conjurers if they can return a spellbook to him. Okay, cool. And then the other guy is Mikhail, the last survivor in an outsider expedition that met its end in the Cerulean Gulf. The most valuable prisoner the Order has ever captured because he arrived in an airship. Neat. Yeah, Remir would need his own room because he's huge. What had happened to Iron Squirrel? Luke is chained up in the stables. I don't hate it. I actually don't hate that. And that solves the 6 people problem quite handily. So 2 of them actually get a bed. And then because of the walls, yeah, I actually super like that. I'm actually going to drop their tokens now. So on a failure, if they fail, they are captured and placed in the prisons. Remir is chained up in the stables. Thing is, like, how the fuck are they going to do a prison break with all of these forces out here? Let's turn on where we're at. But yeah, let's drop some tokens. Remir 2. Iron Squirrel developed stealth mode. So Remir wouldn't... Well, I don't know if Remir can be parted from his power armor. Give them shifts. Ooh, shift change. Yeah. Alright, so let's drop Helios. I'm just doing these completely at random. And they just sort of I just sort of conveniently split the women from the men. I'm just going to put Gaius over here. Kind of want to just say Gaius. Gaius's quarters are here. Like, this is now Gaius's quarters, and this is Chondrus's quarters are just with the rest of them, with the rest of the acolytes. And then I don't really know what to do with these prisoners. I think if the players are prisoners, then these guys are not going to be prisoners because I don't have room for them on this map. Unless I just like start drawing some fucking rooms on here. Yeah. Room with the table could be an interrogation room. Ooh, I don't hate that. So every once in a while, one of them is just taken out of their room and then paraded out to here to be interrogated. Power armor doesn't come off unless he removes it himself or he's killed. Okay, so yeah, so he gets to keep his armor, no one else does. That's cool. I think actually Helios would be able to keep his too because it's magical. And like it hinges and only he's able to hinge it. So he would keep his as well. Yeah. Yeah, I'm super enjoying this. Okay, so I'm going to put Gaius in the interrogate. Okay, so Y10 is now an interrogation room. Just 2 R's in interrogation. Every few hours, one of them is taken, be interrogated. Words are hard, TM. Do we want to come up, like, how do I want to handle interrogation? Do I actually just roleplay it? I think I might actually just roleplay it. So we're going to slap these guys out here. Enigma and Mikhail kind of don't exist. I think I just want to role play the interrogations. I don't want it to be like super secret though. Like, hey, like everyone take off your headphones, because I think overusing that can get really boring, especially for the players who don't get to do anything at the table. Like, at least if the 2 were prisoners, maybe they earn some trust and can help the party. Actually, yeah, let's just toss these guys in prisons with other people. I like that better. So yeah, they're just in cells that the, yeah, Enigma and Mikhail are in cells with PC prisoners. Yeah, I like that. I like that better. So yeah, I'm kind of imagining like these 3 players being able to coordinate with one another, and then these 2 players being able to coordinate with one another by talking like through their walls. And then what I am going to do is I'm going to go on dynamic lighting, and I am going to make a door here. What fucking color do they use? Looks like orange, maybe. I think it's actually yellow, but whatever. Okay. Tokens. All right. I don't think Yasena has vision. Dynamic lighting, vision. Cool. So yeah, see, I'm just gonna turn vision on for everybody. Right, these are brand new tokens. They don't have anything on them because I just dragged them out of the upload bar. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, and I have to assign these to players because I dragged them out of the upload bar. Shit. So this is why I generally just copy paste things. So this is Steph and Stream. This is Scorpius. This is Jesse, and I also want to assign it to the stream. So the reason I assign every token to stream is in cases like this, the stream can see everything any of the players can see, and not just anything one of them could see. This is Tim. This is Alaris. This way there's no Explorer mode activated when you paste. That is true. Stream and Ramber. This is Yasena, and that is Topher and Stream, and then just Remir. And unlike everyone else, he actually gets to be, he actually gets to see out. So he can actually see some stuff. So that's neat. And like he could even move over a little bit so that you can see more that way. Yeah. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. It is gonna be really annoying if they decide, or if they manage not to get captured, because then I have to like set up this whole scene again and like get rid of the I have to reset Explorer mode and everything. So every few minutes after they wake up, and it's taken to be. I do think it should be every few hours. Yeah, I really like this a lot. So this is way less. You can copy the page. I don't think that's necessary. I can set that all up again, like during the scene or during play. I don't think it's that big a deal to have to reset Explorer mode. Like that's like I just go in here. No, it's in here. Oops. Oh yeah, explorable darkness, and then I just hide it. What? Did that work? Okay. I think it didn't do anything because I did it on an area. Well, here, let's explorable darkness on this little sliver here. And that should go back to regular. Nope, that did not. Jesus. Okay, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Let me make sure that I didn't screw anything up. Let's see what he can see. Okay, so that's all he can see. All right. Alternate pit, yeah. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, Roll20 don't sponsor us. But yeah, I'm gonna call it here. I've been at this for an hour and a half and starting to lose my voice a little, and I need that. So I'm a little bit more happy with this. I think my players are going to be surprisingly effective despite not having equipment. They were stripped of their weapons at one point for when they were sacrificed to Sidon, which was one of the 3 times the Gaius tried to kill them. Because most of them just have spells. It's the material components for their spells that's going to kill them, or that's going to trip them up. Not entirely sure how many spells they have that don't require material components, but all of our spellcasters, except for Orsino, are actually prep casters, so they can always re-prep spells in the morning to switch out to non-material component spells if they just wait here. So I guess the last question to ask is if they are captured, where's their crew? And I guess the entire crew of the Ultros is imprisoned on boat offshore. So like the Order of Sidon essentially just stormed the ship and took them prisoner, and even though the crew outnumbers them like 3 to 1, they're afraid of Gorgons and shit, and yeah, being guarded by the drag. Ooh, Arjun is present. Is that why she's 10 minutes away? Yeah, that would make sense. It'd make it reasonable to have fewer tokens on site too. Yeah, I can move some of the tokens off of here in order to make room for those. Yeah, and I can do that. I can just sort of like narratively remove things if I think the things are too difficult, because I have no idea how difficult this is going to be. Without their equipment, because for the most part I don't know what their equipment does for them for the most part. So I can just fiddle with this on the fly if we get that far. So thanks for being here. Thanks for sticking around while I complain about the module for 45 minutes straight. And if you want to see the session that comes out of the prep that I just did, check us out on Saturday. We're playing Odyssey of the Dragonlords at 4 p.m. EST. We also have our Curse of Strahd game on Sundays at 1 p.m. EST, and we have our Rime of the Frost Maiden game on Mondays at 1 p.m. EST. I also have DM prep every Thursday, 6 p.m. EST, where I prep Curse of Strahd and Odyssey of the Dragonlords. And then Andy generally does Rime of the Frost Maiden DM prep on Fridays at 6 p.m., but he did that yesterday because tomorrow we have a special one-shot tomorrow. I believe it's called A Tower in Shadow. I've been calling it Tower of Shadows. And it is a level 15 one-shot where all of the players are clerics. I'm really interested to see what domains everyone picked and what builds they picked. I get to be a player, and I will be playing a death cleric. So hopefully you guys check us out tomorrow when we play that one shot, and I'll see you guys next time. Let's see who we can raid, and while I'm doing that, I can explain that if you're on YouTube, please check out our Twitch channel. We stream live a lot, as I just described. If you're on Twitch, please check out our YouTube. We have every single episode we've ever streamed. I don't have anyone to raid, unfortunately. I'm up for suggestions if anyone wants to drop a suggestion. But we also have an Instagram where we do sort of behind the scenes. This month we've been doing 30 days of D&D. Today was day 29, so tomorrow's the last day of that, and then we'll go back to our regularly scheduled behind the scenes. We also have Twitter where I post opinions about D&D occasionally, and we have a Discord server where we have this fantastic community that is absolutely a blast to be a part of, and you should be a part of it too. I haven't seen any recommendations for a raid, so I'm going to call that a no. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye!